northeast and curve this way, right past the school. Through grace of the Most High, the school didn't get hit too bad. You know what I'm saying? Few busted windows, but as you can see, everything around us on the same lot got destroyed.
Let's spin the camera.
This is just some of the descriptions. These are actually 3-story houses.
Yeah, let's take a walk. Let's take a walk over here as well. And you can explain as we walking over here.
These 3-story houses that have been decimated into 1-story pieces of brick.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And the storm was so powerful that when it came through, like I said, it lift cars up and drop
on this way.
It bent light poles. The whole infrastructure,
let's get
electricity. Some people don't have any home.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. And there's a word that the city is going to take 20%, 25% of whatever aid that they receive monetarily.
Come face this way, right?
But this is just this ain't even the half.
Right.
Once we go into the middle of this area, you're really going to see like these are 3-story homes that's been knocked down. You can see a 4-family, 6-bedroom apartment buildings.
Okay.
As long as this one right here, where a tree that knocked it in half, just a tree that knocked the whole building. The force from the tree knocked the whole building in half. Like people ain't got nowhere to live.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They living in tents. They got a Johnny on the spot. You know what I'm saying? There's one lady, she had a nice house. She got a she shed now. You know what I'm saying? The she shed's still standing there.
Damn. But now explain what a she shed is.
It's a little shed you make out of a storage facility, and you put your little.
So basically, her house is gone.
House gone.
And this is a ton of people this happened to.
Yes, sir.
What is the city doing to kind of help the people who suffer damage and all that?
Well, I'm gonna put it like this. The main source that's supposed to be the source is actually down the street.
Okay.
And they got it set up to where it's only for show.
Okay.
No one comes on the lot to get nothing.
So where's FEMA and all, and who was that, Red Cross and all these things that normally show up when it's a natural disaster?
They're nowhere to be found. But I tell you who they did send down here. Okay. They got the National Guard down here with armored backhoes and bobcats.
Come on, man.
Yes, armored.
For what do you
so you won't shoot them while they knocking the rest of your building down.
That is insane.
You know what I'm saying? They protecting what they finna do to us. You know what I'm saying? So they armored.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they ain't outsourced no one else to come and do it. No, they sent their own armored vehicles down here to tear these people's houses down.
So they didn't send the Red Cross.
No.
They didn't send FEMA.
No.
They didn't send no relief, but they send the what do you say? The National Guard to make sure that the people didn't do nothing to them while they was tearing down their home.
Yes.
And so what are they going to do for the people who lost their home?
Well, they said that the city's going to take 20 to 25% of their check whenever they get it. So the people who qualify.
Right.
You got to qualify for it first. You just don't get it because you ain't got nowhere to go.
So if you don't qualify, it's just a lost house.
Yeah, they'll buy your bricks.
That's it.
They love the bricks. That's the whole thing about this whole thing now. We can buy these bricks and build our mansions somewhere off these good St. Louis old bricks.
Right.
It's all about the bricks right now.
Man, that is insane.
Yeah.
So another thing I wanted to touch on, me and the brother was talking. You were just talking, and you was explaining to one of the brothers that a few days after the tornado took place, that we was brothers and sisters, our own people, we was shooting each other and killing each other.
Yeah, it was
a few days after the tornado.
It was a rumor that it was a block party. It was not a block party. It was a cleanup effort that went on into the later hours. And he got shot up. People got unalive.
So if I could, I don't want to cut you off. Just to explain how and show you how sick we are, you know what I'm saying, being in America for so long. This brother was saying a few days after this destruction came through, they had a cleanup crew Okay, if you don't think something is wrong with us being in this place for 400 something plus years, and that we are mentally ill, 2 days after the tornado hit, brothers and sisters was cleaning up. You know what I'm saying, from all of the destruction, and they came and shot that up, shot up the cleanup crew. Not a block party, but brothers and sisters who was out there cleaning, they came and shot that up.
Yes, sir.
And brother, if you could, I know St. Louis has been the murder capital for going on how long?
Since Katrina, and it's like they downplayed certain years because of they have a new tourist attraction, or they got something they want to put out, like it's just so damn great here. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's every damn year since Katrina. They be lying. They just like they lying about the death toll. They say it's 5 people. Come on, man. 5 people? Nah. It was way more than 5 people.
That's it. That's it. What do you think? Seeing Katrina was damn near 20 years ago, and St. Louis been the murder capital damn near every year since Hurricane Katrina. That is insane. What do you think contributes, you know what I'm saying, to our people murdering each other at the rate that they do here in St. Louis?
It's definitely pressure putting down policies along with the pastors. You know what I'm saying? Because they push everything through the pastors down here. If whatever policy they want to affect the people, they push it through the church to make it seem like it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't heard nothing from the pastors about the relief efforts for these tornado victims. You ain't heard nothing. Not a thing. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they doing. And the police force.
I'm gonna have you pull the scripture. You mind stepping over there for a second? Can you get the scripture for me where it say, if it be evil in the city, the Lord have done it? Go ahead, brother.
Kind, sir. Yeah, the policy with the police and down here, you know what I'm saying? You know, as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we need to police our damn selves. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
But the police down here, it ain't like it was in the 90s and the early 2000s, because they're very lenient on this new generation. You know what I'm saying? They let them be effeminate. They let them wear the crossbody purses with the Glock switch in it. You know what I'm saying? They let them walk down the street with the Draco out. They don't jump out on them and lock them up.
They wait till after the
crime. They come and clean.
Well, after the crime happened, then they ready to do it. Now, get me right on this. I was told that Missouri and St. Louis is a Bible belt, which means y'all got a ton of churches here. Which to me doesn't make sense, seeing that all the violence y'all have. You would think that the churches would be here to teach the people how not to be violent. What's your opinion on that?
My opinion on that ain't now one of these pastors for to go out and approach a group of gang members and try to sway them from their ways. They not fit to do it.
That's it.
They want to have sex with the women, the men, and the children in the damn church. That's my opinion.
And as you see the transition of a lot of cities, is homosexuality a big persuasive problem in the city as well?
Yes, they pushing this right, like half a mile away from her is what's called the Grove. It's right connected to St. Louis University, right up on Grand. And it's the Grove is LGBTQ plus. All their bars over there, all their apartment buildings over there. Their whole like 4 mile square radius is LGBTQ, and everything's new. They getting all the money. The old St. Louis famous bar warehouse, they turning that into a shopping LGBTQ shopping center. It's all for them.
That's it.
Yeah, and all the money stays there. It don't funnel this way. It all stays in LGBTQ.
That's it.
Yeah, and it's called the Grove. You look up the Grove in St. Louis, stay away from that. You know what I'm saying? Like San Francisco 2.0.
Right. I can dig it, man. Listen, man. Brother, I appreciate your effort, man, and being strong, standing with Captain DeGauga Bar in St. Louis. But let me explain something to you brothers and sisters out there in St. Louis. The reason why, and I had a brother read the scripture, the reason why this tornado happened is because we don't have strong men and sisters to support those strong men against the evil that take place in this city. And you had a tornado come through. It may be another one, and another one and another one and another one until our people turn back to the Lord. The Christian church has absolutely nothing to do with the plight of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. As a matter of fact, as you just heard the brother explain, these different religions are the epitome of why we so goddamn destroyed in these cities, man. And let this be a wake-up call for you brothers and sisters. The Most High is coming. As you look at the earth, wars, like Christ said, wars and rumors of wars, they happening. Uproars of people is happening right before your eyes, which means the return of our king is coming. And I'm telling you, as a certified prophet under Commander General Yahanna, now is the time for you to get your shit together. If you are so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, I applaud this brother for his strength, you know what I'm saying, and standing for this city and this zone. But the Lord is calling many mighty men to come help this brother and turn away from your evil and focus on fixing your people, because the Christian church has failed at the job. Read what you got, brother.
Come
on, let's get to it.
Amos chapter 3 and verse 6.
Come on.
Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
People not what?
Be afraid.
But what is the purpose of blowing the trumpet? Is to warn the people, you know what I'm saying, of a destruction that is to coming. And that's what we do in the ISUBK under Commander General Yahanna. We go out on the street corners. Y'all wonder why we out there on the street corners in your major cities Friday to Saturday. You see a bunch of black and Hispanic men out there teaching the Bible. Is because we're trying to warn you of the destruction that is to come. Read.
Kanawakan, shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it?
Shall there be what?
Evil in the city.
Come on.
And the Lord have not done it.
Shall be evil in the city, meaning what? The destruction that you saying come through this place was of the Most High. Why was it of the Most High? Because of all the evil that goes on here. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is trying to warn our people. Now was the time to turn back. We've been following a religion that's been given to us by our slave masters for over 400 years, and we refuse to face that is wrong. You understand? Any more on that? So, man, that's it, man. It's been, you know, a special interview with this brother, Roundtable Truth Edition, ISUBK under Commander General Yahanna, Captain Malquad. I'm here with Officer Yaradan, Officer Ashiaya. We also got Officer Karyash over there. This brother is going to be raising up the Native American Indian reservations as well. So, man, that's our time. We're going to go walk over here and show you what we got, what Commander General Yahanna is doing. If you can keep that live, let's walk over here and show you what Commander General Yahanna is doing for the people here in St. Louis. Captain Lepatazar of Southern Ohio, he came out to support this movement as well. Anything you want to say, Cap, about what you see being down here in St. Louis?
Man, listen, the Lord was not playing. You can see the devastation around, and it's a sight, you know what I'm saying? It gives you fear of the Lord if you pay attention to the scriptures. But you know, thank the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Captain Degar Gabar, his school is all together, man. He out here feeding the people, clothing the people. You know what I mean? The Lord showed mercy. And for that mercy, the brothers out here feeding and clothing St. Louis, you know what I'm saying? So that's the work of the Lord. That's
Damn right. Let's go take a look at what's going on over here up under this tent. Show y'all how real men of God get down. And of course, you have many people that may feed or clothe you, but remember Christ's words, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word of the Most High.
That's right.
No more pump faking, you know what I'm saying? Just acting like you're going to scream God and scream Christ's name without doing anything he say. No more of that. Start doing what Christ said to do, which is keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Right. You ain't keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, you are a fraud. Only Satan and the minister of Satan will teach you that God's laws don't apply no more.
That's right.
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Good. How are you, gentlemen?
Good, good. We got Cap out here. We ain't got, as you can see real quick, brothers, we got clothes out here, free food out here, toiletries over there. The brother got free hot dog on the grill. We out here in St. Louis, getting it on, man. Come support what we're doing. At 1 p.m., Captain Degar Gabar has a lecture called, what's the name of the lecture?
More drugs.
More drugs.
The plague, not the plug.
The plague, not the plug. Come on out there. Come join your brothers. Come support what we're doing. And let's go ahead and fix our people, man. With that, we out. Shalom.
Don't miss out on the opportunity for a quality leather jacket. Yatazar Pale X Diverse City is introducing their Real Nigga University Letterman jacket. Don't be the only one without one. Order yours today. www.diversitymall.com. Oh yeah, and they take Afterpay. So get yours today.
But now check it out. You got the 1969 on that side. Look at that One West emblem on that side right there. Look at that. Look at that. That's real ice dripping. Like real leather dripping. You got the back. And then, if anybody ever question us putting nigga on the jacket, you got Acts 13:1 engraved right here on the front.
And it just bust like 3 of our windows, and then continued on and came back into the building and smashed all that shit up there.
It didn't touch the school.
Just the window, just bust a couple windows.
That was the lower couple
Yeah.
windows bit.
Yeah, that's what I said. Turn around. This whole lot was demolished. It was packed. They had an event up in here. They was doing a repast, and like I said, it was trash, glass, cars. One of the sisters ran out the building. She said, "Man, I seen this car." And I looked to see the car smashed up in the building. And she said, "Oh man, I saw the car flying down the goddamn street." The sister said the car was flying from this direction, flew and landed up in the building. And all of this, the whole lot, every car was smashed out here. So like I said, the tornado, it was blowing straight, like his roof, they just ended up fixing that. But all of that down there got fucked up. This building, it blew the roof and shit off of there. He had put all that shit back up there. And then it started turning it up all right here. And then turned around and went that way. And then came back into the building once it passed our school.
So the tornado did this too?
Yeah, it did that too. Yeah, it blew that down too. Yeah. And then it continued on. And like I said, it blew the roof off that church, as you can see.
Yeah, god damn.
Both of them. Both roofs. It blew the roof completely off. Yeah. And then when you go, like I said, further down at the school, the end of the building, it smashed all. Shalom, son. Yeah, so right here, like I said, this is our school right here. And this is where it hit up, and where it turned around, then it just got the windows right here. But as you can see, it completely destroyed everything else. You go back and look at that, the inside of that, so all of it. Everybody's office got destroyed completely. Turned around, and the tornado started coming this way, and then turned around and blew back this way and started turning the building up. And like I said, it got everything. Got all of that right here. Got the whole point. Yep. And then it came and it went that way, the rest of the building, and it got the rest, that whole side. Got that whole side. Knocked all the bricks and shit that's on the top of it off. The third floor, ripped that whole roof off up there. Oh man, it was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah. And as you can see, a lot of these trees was not right here in this area. These trees that was blowing around in the tornado. The tornado was blowing
areas.
Yeah. Tornado was picking trees up and blowing around everywhere. This place right here, they just built this. They still don't even have power over there. Yep. Then this building was already falling apart. So it did do a little damage over here to it. I think it got the roof, the bricks right here. It did a lot of damage right there. Yep. And then as you can see, now right here where we are, this is the dividing line, right? This is in the city of St. Louis. This is where they separated middle class and rich white people on that side to poor black people and Hispanic people on this side, right? And so you see, it hit some of their buildings too. They got their part, like this building right there, straight ahead. It tore that whole floor off right there. That was the whole floor missing. Right here, it got some roofs. It got almost every tree down there. It got a lot of their areas, a lot of their houses too. You know, and these tarps everywhere. You know, that tornado, it was very devastating. You know, and then it hit over 5,000 homes. You know, and in the back of the school here, it really hit a lot of people back here. You know, I got a buddy I grew up with. His whole second floor gone on his house. You know, whole second floor gone. Then we got the bus park back there. We got the school bus and school van back there. The power line was leaning over and stopped right at the bus. It didn't hit the bus. I said, good night. Yeah. Got a picture and a video of that too, where you turn around and it was just leaning. It was just hanging right there. And it didn't bust. Yeah. So yeah, so I mean, you could just imagine, man. You know, like on movies where you've seen scenes where they drop bombs on areas. That's literally what it looked like. It looked like a bomb had been dropped. I mean, because I'm telling you, this lot was packed with cars. And every car, you know, because I got a text from one of the sisters that I had interviewed her for a show that we do, trying to bring, you know, say black businesses back to the black community. And she owned a business in here. We interviewed her, and me and her stay in communication quite a bit. And she turned around and texted me. She said, "Bro, houses, cars, everything gone." I was like, "What you talking about?" And I'm out here driving in the tornado. I was actually downtown, and I'm driving in it. I didn't even know that it was taking place. I do know it had gotten very windy.
I just made a $27 ebook in 2 minutes using AI. Watch.
Shout out to Yara Dawn out in Chicago with these badass sweatshirts. I look good as shit in it. God damn it. Y'all should go get one. These badass sweat hoods. UPK Nigga University.
Hoodie season. Used to pick a switch before I took a beat. Now forget the stick, it ain't what you thinking. Just feel like hoodie season. It's hard on my sleeve coat.
You want white slaves? Texas was, listen, you want white slaves? Were there black slaves in America? You want white slaves? Were there black slaves in America? You want white slaves. Black slaves in America? You want white slaves? Who asked? Does he want white slaves? That's right. Does he tell you one day you're going to get a white slave woman? This is hypothetical. Did he preach that? This is hypothetical. That's what they all say. He asked, listen, the children of slave masters, the children of slave masters, he's going to ask us, do we want slaves? Hypocrisy. That's amazing. The children of slave masters ask us, do we want slaves when his forefathers had slaves? Who's been enslaved more? What kind of hypocrisy is this? This is the white privilege. This is the arrogance of your oppressor right here, man.
We can have camp today. We are. Who won't give a damn about the Arabs? Right. Who gives a damn about the white man's loss? And that's why the world will rejoice when we are in the door. Right.
Hey, Shalom Israel, what's going on? Give it up. You understand?
Yeah.
ISUBK. We're here for the Raw Report, you know what I'm saying, which is a special addition to the Round Table of Truth. Normally we got Officer Iowa Lum and Officer Karyaj. They rock it out. I decided to, invade the brothers, show tonight. You know what I'm saying? Right. We also got a couple other officers in here who I'm about to introduce as well. Commander Jenny Yahanna will be coming on shortly. We're going to get it in. A lot of things going on in the earth, around the earth. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely looking like, you know what I'm saying, the Most High is walking us into World War III. That's right. You know what I mean? Give it up for the Lord. That's what I'm saying? Right. Like, it's a very, very serious time going on in the earth. And, of course, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we are, so we like your news channel. Just like the white people, they got the ABC News and CNN and all that. We your CNN. Right. You understand? ISUBK, you know what I'm saying? We're going to let you know what time it is in the earth. Commander Jenny Hanna been telling you these prophecies for 40 years. He's been telling you that these things would happen and now they happening. And so we're gonna bring it out. We're gonna go over a lot of things tonight. But before we do it, I want to introduce these powerful priests and prophets up here with me tonight. To my right, we got Officer Ra'am in the building. You understand? Next to him, we got Officer Iowa Lum in the building. And to my left, he's one of the baddest Native Indian brothers in the ISUBK. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Big Bongad, Karyaj in the building. Chief Yash. He gonna get us on. He gonna get us on all the reservations. I pray you understand. Right. Also in here with us tonight. We can't shake this brother. You know what I'm saying? We've tried. You know what I'm saying? But we just cannot do it. I'm here to say. Nah, I was just joking, man. My man, you know what I'm saying? Always on my yard in the building. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Also in here tonight on the ones and twos. Y'all know he's doing it every week. One of the hardest working brothers in the ISUBK. None other than Raj Karab, man. On the ones and twos. Right. You understand? We're going to get it in war report style. I would learn where we going with it, man. What's up?
Come on,
talk to me.
If I could, sir,
please.
What's hot on the press right now is the war in Iran. And make no mistake about it, it is a war.
That's it.
Israel and Iran is getting it on right now. And it's very imperative that Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians understand what time it is.
Yeah, that's it.
It's not the time to lollygag and believe in faith in America.
Yeah,
it's the time to see reality.
That's it.
Reality is not the American dream.
That's it. That's it.
Reality is warfare. That's what's going on amongst the earth.
Man, listen, not only that, you know what I'm saying? What our people better realize and understand, now is a time to where whatever, get me right on this, Karyaj. Whatever God that you believe in better show up.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of people, you just believe in yourself. Right. You say you don't believe in God. Yeah, I just believe in I believe in the earth or Mother Nature or whatever simple dumbness, you know what I'm saying, that you utter out of your mouth. Well, now's the time that you better pray that whatever you believe in is showing up. Right. For all you people that believe in Islam, your Islamic God gonna have to show face. You know what I'm saying, in this day and time. You see what I'm saying? If you're a Christian, that white Jesus you believe in, he gonna have to show face. Right. You see what I'm saying? We know what we believe in. John chapter 4 and 22. You know what I'm saying? What Christ told that heathen. You know what I'm saying? We know what we worship. You know what I'm saying? We understand that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. We understand that. We understand that the God that we serve is the God of the niggas, man.
That's
right. We ain't moving off that.
Slice,
come on, priest.
Just to build off what Officer Awalum is saying. What Commander Yahanna has taught us, what you've taught us for so long, Cap. With everything building up since because we started under your leadership and tutelage. We started the war report a year ago, about a week ago.
Yeah,
about a week ago or a year ago. We
started the give war it report. Up. Come on.
And you told us when we was teaching this that they not gonna come out and say World War III is here.
Yeah,
this is it.
That's it.
But it's here.
That's
you know
it.
What I mean, you got the Russians and North Koreans fighting in the Ukraine.
That's right.
You got China and Taiwan fighting it out.
That's
you got Iran now going at it with Israel.
Did China and Taiwan start to get it on?
They right now is like espionage. So they not officially troops on the ground, but right now it's
looking
right
like
there.
Man, listen, that's what a world war is. It's a war
all over the earth.
That's right.
And why must the World War III take place? According to the Bible, World War III must take place because it is the beginning of our rulership.
Right.
Like once you see the white man's world about to go, and the white people's world, listen, they didn't rule for a very long time.
Right.
Get me right on that. They didn't rule. I mean, for a very long time. They didn't rule so definitely. They didn't rule over us so much that black people, you think that you safe here in America.
Right.
You understand? You think that you comfortable. The only thing you worried about is partying and having fun. But what the Lord is trying to show you that this fun that you believe in is coming to an end. America is an illusion, man. It's something that's not real. You see what I'm saying? You can't build a town off of thievery, lying, enslaving people and think that God is not going to come back and handle his business, you know what I'm saying, for you doing that.
That's right.
And in other words, if you don't believe that, then you should in your mind, you should say, well, the earth must be ruled by Satan.
That's right.
Because you can build a country off of evil and think that nobody is going to ever bring judgment on you for this evil.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Please, whoever you got, please.
Good, if I could,
Go ahead,
if I could.
Go ahead.
I know today is so is Juneteenth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Juneteenth. When black people believe that Abraham Lincoln freed the so-called free the slaves in America.
That's heavy.
Here's the thing I'm gonna tell black people.
Go ahead.
We don't know what it's like to be free.
Right.
We've been here for 400 years.
That's right.
Black people, even though we celebrate black people, our people celebrate Juneteenth right now.
That's it.
We have no idea as a people would like to be free.
Because you know why they think they free? Because they was able to walk off the plantation.
Right.
But a lot of people on the plantation, you know what they had to do? Walk right back to the plantation. You still under the authority of your white people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Make no mistake. In order to be free, black people, what would have had to happen is you would have had to get your own land.
That's right.
You understand? This country was supposed to give you, you know what I'm saying, reparations.
Right.
You understand? For all the crimes that they done. What did you get? They supposed to give you 40 acres in the mule.
Right.
They gave you 40 acres in the mule, and guess what they did? Took that right back.
Right. Right.
You see what I'm saying? And for sure, when they did that, man, they just put us back, basically put us right back in slavery. And here we are right now.
Right.
But listen, here's why you should understand that you a slave. Confession is good for the soul. Understand that we still in slavery. Now you should be saying to your mind, well, how do we get out of this condition? How do we get out of this condition? And no better time to understand to get out of this condition than now.
Right.
Saying that the Lord is bringing an end to the white man's empire,
That's
man.
right.
The white man's empire is about to be over, man.
That's right.
You think them white people, man, you think these white people that built bunkers underground for nothing?
Right.
The United States of America got over 2 million bunkers, you know what I'm saying, underground. Why you think they built those bunkers? Because white people know that this place is falling. The only one who is in an illusion about America falling is you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians.
Right.
You got too much faith in these people, man. You got too much faith in the religion that the white man gave you, man. And in the end, it's going to fail you. You better stop listening to them preachers, man. Them preachers don't know that this destruction is coming.
Right.
Commander General Yahanna, he understand that this destruction is coming.
Right.
Like if you want to know a man is a prophet, don't search for the men who loved. Don't search for the men who drive the big fine cars and got the 50,000 square foot church. Them is ministers of Satan.
Right.
Okay. If you want to find a man of God, search for the men who hate it for the right reason.
That's
right now, they got us in the book of, what's that book called?
The Southern Poverty Law.
Southern
Center.
Poverty Law. They got us in there as a hate group.
Right.
You understand? Now, I said this a month ago. How can you have us in the Southern Poverty Law as a hate group and we ain't got one hate crime against us since 1969?
That's right.
Get me right. This 2000. Let me check the time. It's 2025, 1969. Get me right, IG. That was 60 odd something years ago, and we ain't got. You can't go to no police station in the 50 states and say that these people got any crime that we ever done ever. But we a hate group.
Please. If I could, sir, the thing that they consider a hate crime is us speaking the truth.
That's right.
If you're a black, Hispanic, or North American Indian man and you speak the truth about history and oppression and slavery, then that is considered as a hate crime.
That's it.
You cannot speak against this Greco-Roman Empire and not receive a hate crime. which is so heinous because that stipulation causes so many Black, Hispanic, and North American Indian men to bow their head to this empire. So you do not, receive backlash. You'll rather just bow your head and pass the time, get high, eat good.
That's it.
Live good.
Right.
Instead of speaking the truth, which is going to come with some type of stipulation.
That's it. My y'all.
Hey,
Coming to you, Carl.
it's like it, sir. And what they really hate, Cap.
Please.
What they really hate.
Go ahead.
Is since 1969, ISUPK has told them what Russia was going to do. They said that Russia was going to attack America, and then when the USSR failed, they say, "Oh, them false prophets." Well, guess what's happening right now? Russia back in this earth with power.
That's it.
We talked about what Iran was going to do.
Right.
We talked about what Iraq was going to do. You know what I'm saying? Every time something happens, we can pull up the clip where Commander General Yahanna 10 years ago, 15 years ago, was saying what was going to be happening right now, and it's happening.
Yeah.
And then I personally, since I've been in the truth, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, Commander General Yahanna was saying, be prepared because they're going to cut the welfare. What did Donald Trump just do? He just cut the welfare.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to be food shortages. It's going to be pestilence. It's going to be plagues. This is going to happen. This country is going to ally with this country, and this country is going to attack this country, Iran and Palestine and all this stuff in Israel. And now it's happening, sir.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
Sir, only if I could, sir. I just wanted to double back on the point you were saying,
please,
about America having to pay for its monstrosities and its evilness here in this land.
Come on,
it ain't a coincidence that just a year ago they sent. A week ago they sent the Marines down to stop the protest out there in LA and in Texas and out in Missouri and all across America because of the crimes they doing to the Hispanics.
Yep.
Today sending ICE agents to schools because they deporting little girls and little babies. They deported an 8-year-old cancer patient that was sitting here in America, and all these white people sat there and they applauded it, sir.
Right.
They honored it. They loved it.
Right.
And now, right now, they face to face with death. They all scared right now. They all asking. They all looking at themselves, asking. You should see social media, Cap. When everyone's talking about Iran and Israel, they all say, "I didn't ask for this. I ride with Trump, but I thought he was going to bring us out of wars." You see, that's what Trump told you. But God has something else in mind for you. God got justice coming.
Man, if I could.
Yeah, before you say that point, real quick, everybody, man, we know y'all expecting Commander Johnny Yahanna. Johnny Yahanna will be on in a couple minutes. Hang tight.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Johnny Yahanna, the hardest working man in Israel.
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? We'll be on in about 5 minutes, and we're gonna get it in, man. We're gonna go over these stories. We're gonna go over some video footage. You know what I mean? We're gonna touch bases on this whole thing that's going on with the conflict over there in Israel and Iran. And it ain't just Israel and Iran. If you take notice, it's a lot of things going on in the earth. You got the situation over here in America with our brothers and sisters, the Hispanics being deported, and so-called black people, you know what I'm saying, are wondering, should they defend and should they get in the game with Hispanics? If you want to know the answer to that, you damn right you should get in the game with the Hispanics. These are our people. Raj Karab, we got a gentleman. Alawa Punya. Barak. Yeah,
how about Shimmy out Shabrak?
Y'all couldn't hear me?
We can hear you now, John.
Y'all about Shimmy out Shabrak?
Y'all about Shimmy out Shabrak, son.
What's going on, Warren?
Man, what's going on, Jordan? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. Like, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something.
Joe.
Y'all getting an echo on me?
No, you clear. You coming through clear.
Okay, I just wanted to say that tell me if I'm wrong. Don't what's going on right now make you feel very manly, man. Very strong.
Yeah.
Very assured.
Kind of General.
That's the spirit of the Most High, man.
That's right.
So this thing is going down.
Damn right.
Now I'm such a skeptic after so many years. I'm still ain't called it outright. But I ain't gonna lie, it's looking very like it depends because Donald Trump pulled back.
Oh, I didn't know that, General.
Yeah, he pulled back today.
Okay.
After meeting with them and all that, he pulled back. He said he's gonna give Iran 2 more weeks to come to the table. Now you know what that means.
Go ahead, General.
That means that Iran got something over there that they're concerned with.
Right.
Right? Why would they delay? Donald Trump is delaying because all of a sudden he got humanity for the Iranians.
Right.
He deporting the Issacharites who work in his very own hotel.
That's right.
He deporting them as fast as he could get his hands on them.
Right.
He tried to invade Dodger Stadium
Right.
in LA.
I didn't know that, sir.
Yeah, man. He tried to go up in Dodger Stadium and start confiscating Issacharites. Dodger Stadium blocked them and said, man, you can't come in here. We about to have a game and everything.
Right.
You can't come in here and disrupt this whole game. So they backed off.
So
but they didn't tell the Issacharites. And now all the Issacharites in LA is mad as hell with them.
So, General,
because they didn't inform them that these cats was at the door trying to get in.
Kind of what kind? Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah.
General, so get me right on this. Was they coming to get the people, the fans, or was they coming to get the Hispanic players who played on the field?
Okay, they're claiming now that their operation had nothing to do with locking up any Issacharites. But you know that's a damn lie.
Right. That's right.
You understand? Trump told him he wants 3,000 a day getting locked up.
Damn.
So you know what I'm saying? So I believe they were coming in there to get everybody. The ones working for the stadium in the concession stands and cooking the food, the ones that was in the audience watching the game,
right,
and the ones that was of Latino descent that was players on the team.
Kind of what kind?
I think everybody that had that beautiful, beautiful brown skin was about to get snatched the hell up by ICE.
Kind of what kind? And
They probably had a whole army a mile away waiting to see if they got in to identify them numbers. Because that's what you're going to have to do if you're trying to do 3,000 a day.
Kind of what kind?
You ain't going to wake up every morning and go find 3,000 people.
Exactly.
You're going to wake up and go where there's 50,000 people and try to fill your quota for the month.
Right. What kind, sir? Yes, sir. General, if I could, it's a lot of videos going around where black people are wondering, should they get in the game with the Hispanics? Meaning, should they, step up and try to help, the Hispanic people in this perilous time right here? And I wanted to know what would be your response to that, General, if I may.
Yeah, that's an excellent question. It pisses me off every time I hear it. And here's why it pisses me off. Because you in the black community all the time, and what we always saying, stuff like, we love to quote them other heathens. Enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Right.
Don't we quote that nonsense all the time? We love the Sin Shu, the art of war.
Right.
Machiavelli. Machiavellianism. Machiavelli said if your enemy and somebody else's enemy line up, then work together.
Right.
That's what Machiavelli said.
That's right.
You listen into Richard Green, How to Seduce Anyone. All this talk. And you mean to tell me in 2025, you can't see that the most racist white man to ever get in the White House, if it could even be a one greater than the rest of them, is sitting in the White House expounding all racism against all dark nations. He called the African nations shithole countries for all you pan-African, nigga, pan-Africa, nigga. I want to get it right like they like to say it. You know what I'm saying? He was touting that before. If you were still in America thinking that Donald Trump is not a white supremacist, you are simpleton.
Right.
And if he is a white supremacist, he's coming for you.
That's right.
They're going to lock you up. Everybody knows this ain't new. With the information coming across the airwaves today, everybody knows they're building private prisons all over the place. You sat there and watched him wipe out. You can't even teach. It's illegal in many states to even teach 1611, 1620 knowledge of what they did to you.
Right.
He's wiping it out.
That's right.
He wiped out every monument and every ideology that was to uplift black people or to speak to their struggle. He got rid of it. He had a list of books that he called woke, and those books was a huge list. All your famous writers. What's the name of that woman that's so famous? They always talk about her.
Maya Angelou.
Her too. Other ones. There's many of them, and he banned all them books. Florida banned it even before him. So if you walking around in a bubble talking about should we stand with the Hispanics, you are a fool. Because first of all, because you have this white supremacy in the White House, you need all the absolute friends that you could get.
Damn right, John.
And once again, I don't mean to run on, but if I could, black leadership in America is the dumbest, stupidest idiots you ever seen. Whether it be television pundits, preachers, politicians, take your pick. You understand? You need those Latinos. You need them desperately because they going through the struggle you going through. Let me tell you something that hasn't come out yet.
Yes,
Do you know that the Asians have an active movement right now to totally align themselves with black people? They coming out public. Go search TikTok and YouTube. They coming out publicly. They got names of organizations that they have created for the sole purpose of bridging some alliance with African Americans.
Right.
And the reason for that, because they not dumb enough to think that Trump ain't coming for them. They smart enough to do it, and they said to themselves, who should we align ourselves with? They said the African Americans, because they're the only ones he cannot deport yet.
Right.
It's gonna take him 2 years probably before he can get that passed, if he could get it passed. So they smart enough to know that. Now, these is the people who won't even hire you in their store.
Right.
They got millions of these stores across the country, made tons of money, sent it back to their family. Their children are the ones who are fighting to get admissions in Harvard and Yale. Because their daddy smelt like goddamn soy sauce for 30 years.
Right.
Slinging you 4 chicken wings and fried rice to make sure he got his money to get his baby up into college.
Damn right, John.
The United States ran a whole program against us called the Minority Report. I mean, the moral minority. Y'all remember that? I was one of the first ones to break that report. They was actively brainwashed, and that's why that tape. There's a tape out. I'm hoping to bring out not tonight. That Mashak brought out yesterday, brother, about the psychological warfare they've done to us to make us unable to grow in our learning. But I believe that for a time when we can do it. But my point is this.
Yes, sir.
Everybody else is smart enough not to be a dumbass.
Right.
Like, can we for once stop listening to the whores that have sold themselves out? Right now, black senators and black congressmen and black mayors, you mean nothing.
Right.
That's right.
They just killed a Democratic state senator and their spouse, trying to pop a second one.
Right.
They locked up the mayor of Newark because he wanted to get into a federal detention center in Newark. He run the city.
Right.
They locked him up and knocked the broad that was with him across her face. Like, how dumb you gonna have to be before you get some smarts?
That's right.
It makes no sense. You need the Latinos, man.
Right.
You need them desperately as much as they need you. You need them. And here's the real reason you need them. Where are you going if they do declare black people got to leave this country? You that dumb and simple and believing that they'll never say you black people is being evicted, you got to go?
Right.
They could do it to the Latinos. They damn sure. Listen, they want to do it to blacks more than the Latinos, but they went the Latino route because it was easy to do it through immigration.
That's right.
They're gonna do blacks through crime. That's how you getting locked up. That credit card that you ain't paid for $800, they're gonna find a misdemeanor charge for you.
Right.
That cable bill that when you moved out, you never paid that $50 cable bill. Well, they're gonna tack on the 10 years of interest that they want to tack on it, then hit you with a felony theft.
Yeah. Good night.
The services. Oh, they're gonna get creative on it. That couch that you went and got from Rent-A-Center, paid for about 6-7 months, then you stop paying on it. Oh, they coming back for that too.
Right.
It's all in the Elon Musk databases.
Right.
They're gonna try to make criminals out of every last one of us so they can do just like they did to the Mexicans. And then where are you going to go? Are you going? They just sent some Mexicans to Libya. Libya in the middle of a civil war, and is actively putting blacks in slavery. I mean, chain labor.
Right.
Hanging them upside down like you do a cow, and torture them till they broken, and then sending them out to work in Libya. Regular brothers, man.
Right.
This is real as it could get. You better hope you can cross down into Mexico. Into Guatemala, Argentina, Venezuela, Belize, Panama, the Caribbean islands. You better hope you can go down there if it has to get to that. What you gonna do when they turn around and say you can't eat cattle no more because of some pandemic? Now you got to eat what's his name? Bill Gates's vacuum food. And meat he making a vat. Goddamn Soylent Green. Go watch the movie.
Kind of Wakan, sir.
Like, what you gonna do then? You better hope that Mexican that with all that energy to bring you them fruits and vegetables still got that energy.
Right.
What you gonna do when the economy crash and they bringing in robots? What you gonna do then? Like, we should wake the hell up. Of course,
right,
we need
sir.
the Mexicans.
Right.
General, real quick, one of the brothers had a question.
Please, I didn't mean to run on so hard.
No, you good.
So I get passionate about this thing.
Damn right,
General.
Damn right, sir.
I serve Yahweh Shai. And anybody that serves Christ is gonna be passionate about somebody moving on. They literally moving on Christ's kingdom.
Right.
And that's why they're in that Middle East, drawn in, sucked in. Like the Lord said, Trump trying not to go to war. But the Lord mustereth the host. They don't know what he may do. He trying his best to quell this thing. But if the Lord called him, you can't say no way. You going to war. And you going to war to die.
Damn right, sir.
Salaki, give me that question. I apologize, y'all. Can y'all bring y'all back up on the screen?
Give it up. Go ahead, Kyle.
Con, so it's like your General. If I could, so what you were saying was so heavy because Donald Trump, he did a meeting today with a bunch of union workers, and to show you how disgusting of a devil he is, right? He's having a discussion with a bunch of what is it called? The ones that hold the flags. The flag.
Yeah, flag bearers, right?
Yeah, the flag bearers, the ones that do construction, all the union workers, right? And while he's there with them, he's cracking the jokes. He's like, well, before we do this, there's no illegal immigrants here, right? I would hate to have to ruin your lives. He's like, the ICE agents, they're right here to the side, and they'll find who you are. He's like, and they'll ruin your life. He's like, they'll send you to somewhere. He's like, I don't even know. And he's saying this live and in person. He knows what he's doing, sir. So what you saying is so heavy, General, because the Lord is definitely bringing this judgment to his face so he can see it.
That's it.
Damn right.
That's it.
Listen, you so right. And that's an act of terrorism. Like, he was showing the whole point of him doing such a cruel thing to the Latinos when it comes to where they send them is so that they could deport themselves. They know they can't deport 11 million Latinos. They will tear half of this country up. They can't. They know they can't do it. So what do? Terrorize you so you do it yourself.
Damn right.
That's what the hell they did with us. You're gonna be in poverty. You ain't gonna have a dollar. Your career gonna be wasted away. Black women went in an abortion clinic and killed 350,000 babies. because of the terror that they brought down on us.
Right.
You understand? They menaced and made a menace out of our brothers by infiltrating the rap music and turning it dark.
Right.
And turn our whole black society against us to where the jury sit up there in court and assume you already did it because you black.
Right. Come.
Yes, sir.
And they trying to do the same thing to the tribe of Issachar. And
That's
now's
right.
the time for men to stand up and decide, I don't have to be no puppet for this kingdom.
That's
I got to tell the truth about it. And ain't no Mexican ain't never called me no nigga.
Right.
Ain't no Mexican dragged me out my car and threw me up against the car.
Right.
About where's your driver's license? Ain't no Mexican go and put no gun in my face.
That's right.
That's right.
You understand?
That's
But
right,
you
sir.
white people did.
That's right.
You did that. You understand? I know that the Mexicans brought me good fruits and vegetables, man.
Right.
I know when I hired the Mexicans to put up a fence or lay some concrete or put some mulch down in my house, he do an excellent job. I had a Mexican working for me in New York. He had a whole crew with him. And every time he finished one of the jobs, he would do a little bit more than what I asked him to do. And at first I got annoyed because I didn't understand why he kept doing it. I wondered if he hustling me for more money. I said, why you do all of this? He said, just trying to do a good job. I said, man, listen, don't do that no more, man, because I'm not paying for that. You know what I mean? I ain't asked you to do that. He said, hey, man, ain't no problem. Next time he came back, he did the shit again.
Right.
Yo, man, why you keep doing that, man? He said, oh, man, I'm just trying to, do a good job. Came back the third time, he did it again. I said, man, we ain't gonna be able to work together, man, if you keep doing me like this. He said, let me tell you why I keep doing a little more than you asked me to. He said, because I'm just like you, man. I want my money in my pocket too. And I do a little extra more so you can make sure you understand that you got a good job and a good man working. That's the only reason I do a little bit more, man. And when he said that shit, it cut the shit out of me like, damn.
What guys, son?
He's so used to people trying to jerk him around and treat him like he's less than a man because he's a Mexican. He got to go do more than the job required just so you, in your mind, could say, well, the man did what I asked him for and give him all his money and don't jerk him around and short him on his money, man.
Right.
And I said, boy, that's a wise dude, because most people would just do what they were saying, and if you hold their money back, they're gonna be ready to go to blows with you. He went and used wisdom and a little extra energy and wins you every time, man, once you understand what he's doing. Like that, brother, that's one of the 12 lost tribes of the children of Israel. I don't care what nobody's saying. I don't know why nobody wouldn't believe me. Everything else I said about what's going to happen is happening right now before they goddamn eyes. Mexicans is one of the 12 tribes. You better believe it. You understand?
That's
I
right,
don't know
bro.
what these clowns talk about. Should we align ourselves with the Mexicans? You know what I mean? We need to stop aligning ourselves with you stupid ass black leaders and so-called pseudo black leaders.
Right.
We need to stop. Half of you taking us to Africa to serve them. The other half you taking us to the Arabs to serve them. The other half you taking us to the white man to serve a white Jesus. We need to stop listening to you.
That's right.
Start listening to what the Lord said, and maybe we'll get some real direction on what it is we're supposed to do.
Damn right. Damn right.
Right.
Damn, give it up. I will
come on, so we got a video coming up right now about the Iran war.
Please, let's get it.
Mm-hmm.
If I could, we got a video about Officer Kazak Ahmad out of DC.
Okay,
had put up, which is just right on point.
Okay,
for what's going on today.
Okay, most of our crowd, let's check it out.
They look tight, put together, unified, disciplined. Mother Russia. They look like they're ready to go. All right, we got China up next. I don't know what he's saying, but I think he just told them to turn it up because they're turning it up.
And let me tell you something, if I could, I'm gonna ask you to pause Kazak for a minute. Beautiful video. But I gotta make a real important point right here.
Yes, sir.
Did you see that Chinese army dressed in white, looking so great and powerful? You know why that Chinese army looks the way it does? That Chinese army looks the way it does because instead of the white man allowing us as the poor people in their country to manufacture everything that they need, they decided it was better to export it to China than to let the niggas get hold of any kind of manufacturing in America, man.
Right.
And they knew if they let the niggas get hold of it, that we would have turned around and we'd be as powerful as China is today. So they said, no, we can't do that. We export everything. That's why everything you turn around, turn the label around, made in China.
Right.
Every hat, every scarf, every sneaker, every table, every toothpick is say made in China.
That's a
because
fact.
the Chinese got all them jobs that we were supposed to have. The Chinese got all that manufacturing that we were supposed to have. And they got it instead. And because of it, they sat up there, brother, and built them such a great empire that now they're going to come to destroy the empire in the Third World War. They getting their just desserts. They should have let black people serve the hell out of it.
That's right.
Made this empire super great. They could have came back in the 20s and 30s after we had been emancipated and said, we're going to make y'all all the manufacturers in the country so that y'all can prosper and get your money back. But they didn't dare do it because they feared that we would rise up and stand on our feet, which the biblical prophecies say we're going to do anyway. So as you watching this video and you see China marching like that,
yes,
know
sir.
that should have been us because all that money was out.
Right.
And instead, they went about to make sure that we stay in utter poverty, man. Salakia.
General, listen, I think what you're saying might have went over a lot of people's heads. You know, what the general is saying is that the white man's hatred for us is what built the Chinese empire. Do y'all understand that? Like instead of them giving us the job, they hate us so much that they rather export it. And now China is a world superpower, and some experts will tell you that China is more of a superpower than America at this particular point. Get me right on that, General.
Listen, the fact that it's a question, that they might be more powerful is power enough. The fact that somebody think you might be more powerful than America say a whole lot about you, even if you're not. If you're not, you running a close goddamn second.
Right.
And if you are, well, shit, you the baddest of the bad, and people beginning to recognize what's supposed to be us. That's our money.
Yes, sir.
All that's our space program. That's our nuclear weapon. That's our pristine uniforms.
Yes,
that's
sir.
our weapons. That's our science. That's our discoveries. That's our inventions.
Damn
that's
right.
our dignity. That's our self-respect.
Damn right.
All of that belong to us.
That's
and it was robbed from us in this captivity under this beast, man.
Damn
and
right.
now the beast got to go face them in the near future. And that's what they're worried about now. They're worried about now because China flew 2 of those big ass jets into Tehran that got all them drones inside the plane. They can fly the thing in and set off all the drones. And they know they just hit today. They hit the Israeli stock exchange. Iran dropped a bomb on the Israeli stock exchange, brother.
Yes,
they ain't in there counting numbers or stocks or a goddamn thing. They counting rocks now. Trying to get themselves from under them damn rocks. So now they worry. They worry that they're gonna wipe this so-called Jew off the map. And all of Iran's friends are coming to the rescue.
That's right.
So he don't want to go in there. He certainly don't want to drop that nuke on them because he don't know what them repercussions will be. He might drop a nuke on them and you might wake up tomorrow and there ain't no more Utah.
Damn right. That's
ain't no more Las Vegas.
That's right. That's right.
Ain't no more whatever the hell city they want if they got sleeper cells in there with all kind of things. They said when the bombing started, they flew planes over Israel and over Iran. They called sniffers, and these planes that they call sniffers sniff out nuclear weapons.
Oh God.
And they flying all over trying to find out if somebody got a little nuclear bomb somewhere.
Right.
They know where the nuclear plants are, but they ain't know if somebody got one the size. You know, Russia make them joints the size of a suitcase.
Right.
Yep.
And China will miniaturize your balls if you let them get hands on. Them bastards minimize everything down to a tiny dot. So they scared to death that something like that's gonna jump off. And rightly so. Because what they did to the 12 tribes is unspeakable. So keep that in mind as we watch these Chinese. I yield, Salaki.
Let's get the tape. Let's finish.
Come.
You want to play the tape? Yeah. Okay.
They all the way put together. Look, all they heads at the same degrees. Oh, they about to turn it up another notch. Damn. Oh yeah, they disciplined. They unified. Well put together.
This is 2025 too, Cap. Yeah. This ain't old. This is 2025.
Yeah, they basically disrespected him for trying to have a parade for him.
Right.
The military generals and them disrespected him. That was blatant disrespect.
Yes, sir. General.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
They just decided, no, man, we ain't doing that.
Right.
We ain't doing that. And they went out there like they just finished smoking weed or something.
General, I was gonna say they definitely don't look like they prepared for war.
Yeah. I didn't even hear the band.
Right.
It was the band and the trumpets. Them other nations polished to the death. And it ain't like they ain't got it.
Right.
They got 1 million personnel. He could have had 500,000 out there if he wanted. They got every weapon you could think of. He could have displayed some weapons to let you know what it is.
Like General,
they said that. Go ahead, Op.
No, go ahead, General. You got it.
They just said the hell with it and disrespected him.
Yes, sir. Listen, General, I was gonna say, I mean, that walk right there is a walk of a man who's been fat for a very long time. When I say fat, meaning comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
America been in luxury and in rule over the entire earth so long, they can't even do the march look like a damn joke. You see what I'm saying? And these other nations, man, have revved up their army, revved up their nationalism. You know what I'm saying? And of course, like you say, Dreno, the Lord is what's revving up these other nations. You know what I'm saying? Come up against this empire. And a lot of people don't understand the Israelis it's like an extension of the American empire. So the Lord is he finna deal with this place. You know what I mean? Salaki, General. Go ahead.
And they came out with a report saying 70% of the infantry and ground troops in the United States Army is overweight.
They
come off. Go ahead, Salaki.
No, I was gonna say it looked like what you said right there. What we just seen. It looked like they was ready to go hit a blunt.
Right.
If I could, General, it seemed like the hype with Hollywood and Delta Force and SEAL Team 6, it seemed like the Black America has so much faith and hope in the ability of America, but from this display of professionalism, if I may, sir, it seemed like that hope been misplaced. It just seemed like we got so much trust in the white man, but in reality, that's not the case. If I may, sir.
Yeah, I mean, he got the power. Trust me. That boy got them SEALs, them Rangers, them Deltas. He got the killers in that game. He got the real deal cats that's in the game. But here's the thing: the morality is in the toilet. Like don't know U.S. soldier want to go to work for Adolf Hitler.
Right.
And don't know black or Latino serviceman feel like anything. He don't want to be seen on the street in uniform now that Donald Trump done damn near made the military like it's his own.
Right.
So the morale is in the toilet. They got the troops now. They got them listen, them Navy SEALs, brother. Them boys, they don't call them SEAls for nothing.
Right.
Them boys go underwater with all kind of technology, stay down there for days. Got all kind of mini submarines and little capsules. They got all kinds of stuff. Them Rangers is basically chaos killers. That's the only reason you call them. You only call them to blow shit up, invade shit, kill people. They mostly used by the CIA. They showed you that. What's the name of that movie?
Mission
With Robert Redford and the white boy that was married to Angelina Jolie.
Mr. Smith.
Right, that guy. What's his name again?
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. They got a movie out with Brad Pitt and Robert Redford. I forget the name of the movie. And it's about how the CIA recruits this guy who's a ranger and brings him and shows him all kind of assassinations and killings. And they go around the world just killing people.
General,
and assassinating it.
General, was it called Formula One?
No. It wasn't called that. I forget the name. It was a real, deep cerebral type of movie. And it showed you how, they made them, how the games that they played even before they recruited him. Like they was playing games with him a year or 2 years before they even approached him to recruit him. They was isolating him, sending him to other bases. They do all. He got the people.
Right.
The CIA is like a nation unto themselves. CIA got, they own rocket ships to go into space and all that technology. And, they got what it takes.
Right.
Just like the Lord said, for this reason have I raised thee up.
Right.
That I might show my power in you. They got the power.
That's right.
It's just that when they saw him, they said the hell with trying to have a parade for him.
Right.
Like the hell with respecting him. And that's why they came out there all relaxed fit, relaxed walking, barely marching. Them brothers was probably humiliated. It was several brothers in there. They probably was humiliated like hell.
Right.
Marching in that thing. And how the hell you gonna have a parade on your birthday that you saying is for a memorial, and you got 50,000 people walking up and down the streets in every city telling you that they don't want no king?
Right.
That ain't easy to handle.
So
I understand what you're saying, Awalam. It seemed like if they wasn't even in the game. They got what it takes to be in the game. But nobody wanted to give him that.
Right.
Nobody wanted he to them, he's like a clown. He's like a big kid. Like a big kid that all he thinking about is himself. Is himself. That's how they looking at him, man. And that's the right guy. Like, boy, he is perfect for the Third World War. They might not like him in America, but oh my goodness, the angels is like, man, he dumb enough. We can work with this idiot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And listen, and if I could, nobody respected him. He tried to negotiate with Ukraine and Russia. Russia said, I'm not coming to the table about nothing. Because this cat came in and bombed my country. And meanwhile, people from the U.S. was in country helping out the Ukrainians.
Right.
And he's sitting in Washington like, what the hell is going on?
Right.
I tell you what was going on. The CIA been trying to overthrow Russia for what they did with that election and how they used Donald Trump to get him in office and undermine Hillary Clinton. If Hillary Clinton had got in office, she'd have went beyond Libya. She'd have been bombing and killing all over the earth, way more than him.
Right.
So they had their own agenda. And when that agenda didn't work out, they said, we're going to get Russia back for this. Because Russia laughed at them when they put Donald Trump in. And they've been out to get them back ever since. So even though he was like, let me negotiate with them, they said the hell with him.
Right.
And went to war. He tried to negotiate with Iran just now.
Right.
You know, even before all this, Netanyahu said to hell with him. Why? The CIA told him, man, go on and do what we told you to do.
Right.
And sure enough, he got up and went over there and dropped them bombs on Iran. Iran came back and hit them. Unfortunately for them, big shout out to Halbar. The name of the movie is Spy Game.
Okay,
Y'all get a chance, look that up. Spy Games. It's a damn good movie about how vicious these cats are, man. But back to what I was saying, and so he went on and did what he was. So right now, Trump looking like he ain't really running shit. You know what I mean? The only thing he's running is abusing the tribe of Issachar.
Right.
That's what he's running. They over there doing what the hell they want to do.
Right.
That's why he had to get together and get the Security Council together to discuss whether or not he should go bomb them or not, and he still delayed it 2 weeks.
Right.
Why? Because he ain't ahead of the agenda.
Right.
He the one playing catch up on the agenda. While stupid ass leaders asking us, should we be aligning ourselves with the Mexican? You big dummy.
Right.
You big simpleton, man. So lock, I yield. Y'all better not let me talk all night, because you know how I get when it comes to this stuff.
Man, damn right. Get
Lock.
Most High Christ. It's like, you know, if I could.
Yeah.
We got the next video, and it's the Iranian parliament. They were burning an American flag, saying we got the video where they were saying death to America. They happened today in Iranian parliament, General. If you ready for the video?
I'm ready with y'all though. Let's get it in.
متشکرم. چند نوبتش مجلس آتش بزنیم. متشکرم. بفرمایید. اگر اروپا و کشورهای مهم مثل روسیه و چین این خلأ بین المللی را پر کنند، شاید راهی برای ادامه مسیر باشد. در غیر این صورت جمهوری اسلامی با اقدامات هسته‌ای خود ایشان را سر عقل می آورد. و این را بدانند که در چنین شرایطی ایران هیچ تعهدی ندارد که در جایگاه گذشته خود در مسئله هسته‌ای قرار بگیرد.
Right there.
He was like, that's that.
General, you see that?
I did.
Get me right on that, General. He looked like he was saying that if America stay in their stance, then they're gonna go ahead and move forward with getting nuclear weapons. It sounds like, General.
That's exactly what it sounds like. He may already have them. That might be what they told him. See, they don't want the other countries to come online with that BRICS.
Right.
If they come online with that BRICS, it's the end of the American economy. Because if they come online with them BRICS, that means that oil will no longer be sold under the petrodollar as the standard currency.
Right.
And if they start selling oil under any other currencies, then that's going to take a hit to the U.S. currency.
Right.
And that's going to be catastrophic because, of course, U.S. currency is no longer backed by gold. It's backed by petrodollars, meaning it's backed by oil.
Right.
Oil is the new gold. But if other people can get the gold or the oil under their dollar, then that devalues your dollar. And that means it's an open game for every country. The United States might lose 25 to 30% of their wealth
That is insane. And General, as I'm sitting there watching the video, you know, for them burning the American flag, you know, what I mean, the Iranians, get me right on this, General. They seem very confident. You know what I'm saying? To speak. Go ahead, General.
Well, they love their people. Any leaders that love their people will definitely make a show of force in front of their people. To keep their people confident, to keep them ready to go, so that their people don't panic and go into chaos. So, you know, that's good, but that ain't what matters. Is them rockets coming over there bombing Israel.
That's right.
That's what say what you able to do. What they doing in that parliament and stuff like that, that's good. But that's good to motivate their people. But the proof is in the pudding. And them hypersonic missiles, that's the pudding.
Yes, sir.
That's that stuff. That stock market getting bombed. That remember they bombed that hospital recently. They bombing them neighborhoods, and here's what you got to know. You got to know that what you seeing has got to be about 2% of everything that's going on.
Right.
If they showed you that they bombed 10 sites, that means they bombed 100 sites.
Oh, that's right.
Well, General, what happened to the Iron Dome that was supposed to block everything coming in? That Iron Dome don't seem to be working, General.
Yeah,
you got to get right on that one.
In the first wave of missiles a few months ago, the Iranians went and tested their entire setup.
Okay.
And now the Iranians got their number on that Iron Dome. So now they able to fire and get their way in. And anyway, all the hype that we heard about the Iron Dome came from the motherfucker that made it.
Right.
Of course, he was going to hype it up.
Right.
Iron Dome, we could stop any missile.
Exactly.
So you want to lock down all Israel. Yeah, until a motherfucker shoots some shit at it. Use my French. Then, of course, you find out that really this was a sales pitch.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Somebody wanted to make $10 billion, so they told them we got a $10 billion Iron Dome. You got to get it.
Right.
Israelis went and bought it, and it was worth nothing. It shot down a few of the missiles, but they know that it can't hold much longer. Enough days of them firing on that Iron Dome, they won't be able to load that halfway. And the Iranians last time targeted those missiles. So you know they could target more. And here's the thing. There's the Iranians ain't even shot their best stuff.
Right.
It's only been 4 or 5 days.
Right.
So who knows what they got in that arsenal?
They
crushed that Iron Dome, they might bomb that place. And you see how little Israel is.
Right.
It's easy to bomb that place into the Stone Age. So they very worried about it, man. They very worried about it. I would not be surprised if Donald Trump comes for some way to de-escalate and some half-cocked way to check on their nuclear program to make sure that they're not building a bomb. And the way you know that that's what he's trying to do is when they asked Netanyahu, he said, we'll go at it ourselves.
Right.
We can take them out ourselves.
Right.
That's what he's saying. We'll take them out ourselves because they know they sitting on nuclear bombs. But who's to say what'll happen? There might not be no Israel left as the way it's going. But we know that this is not the end shot because enough nations are not in it yet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes, sir.
You can call it a nuclear war because this is the first time that the fight is over somebody having nuclear weapons.
Right.
So you officially in a nuclear war.
That's right.
They just haven't fired a nuclear weapon yet. But it is without a doubt a fight over nukes.
Right.
So you in the nuclear war. Now, it ain't enough of them in it, so I'm expecting it to get paused somewhere.
So
But somewhere they're going to try to rein in that Netanyahu, maybe. But the Lord is in it too.
That's right.
You know what I mean? He go by his time. They might back off and them Israelis might go in there and try to take out them nuclear sites anyway.
Right.
Which will keep this war going on, which means China gets in, Russia gets in Turkey gets in on the side of the Israelis. Saudi Arabia gets in on the side of the Israelis. The U.S. gets dragged into it. And before you know it, brother, we in an absolute mess on this earth. Global thermonuclear annihilation. The return of Christ.
Yeah, right, General. General, if I may, Officer Iwilum, you had something you want to bring out?
Khan, sir, if I could, right to the point that you were stating about the Iron Dome, we got a video of the Iron Dome right now, failing pretty much.
Damn right.
Damn. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
And let me tell you something. It's something to learn from this video. Now, get me right on this. Those rockets were rockets being launched from the Iron Dome, right?
And interceptor missiles, sir, Khan.
Brother, they got a problem in their hand because the hypersonic missiles move about 5 times faster than those.
Right.
If that's what you're shooting up to shoot down their missiles, you got a problem. Because I wish you could find some of that footage of them supersonic missiles. They moving 5 to 10 times faster than that missile you playing right now. If that's the Iron Dome, brother, somebody sold them. Somebody caught them out there because of their fear. Somebody said, "Come on, let's sell this to the Israelis. They scared to death of them Arabs around." and them fools went and bought that garbage.
Man, General, it looked like they tearing that place up, General. It's almost like Donald Trump ain't got no choice, you know what I'm saying, but to get involved, or Israel might not have a country if the United States don't intervene. You know what I'm saying? And them Israelis, you make no mistake, them Israelis deserve every bit of what they get. You know what I'm saying? You know, once again, we don't stand with the Palestinian people, but for sure the Israelis are committing genocide against the Palestinians.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So nobody should be shedding tears for what's taking place over there in Israel. It looked like they done went and stepped their foot in some shit. You know what I'm saying? And now they in big trouble. You know what I'm saying? The Iranians told them for a long time, leave us alone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they could not, you know what I'm saying, fight. The Israelis could not fight that temptation that the white man has to gobble up the earth. You know, it's damn near, you taught us that, General, that it's damn near embedded in white people that they got to gobble up the earth. But it seemed like they didn't ran into a tough, tight situation, General. So lock it.
You're absolutely right. And when they say they go at it by themselves, that means them CIA agents is going to go right up in there and help them.
So
they don't need the government to help them. They're going in and get them friends in the CIA. Listen, they set up the state of Israel to take over the whole Middle East.
Right.
That's why that General Clark, he came out with it, how he was in the basement of the Pentagon, and the guy told him, we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years. Or 5 countries in 7, something like that.
Right.
He said they've been had them war plans. And they took out all of them except this last one. Syria was part of it. Lebanon was part of it. Libya was part of it. They took out all of them.
Right.
The only one left is Iran. So they had already planned it. So I don't know what Donald Trump think he gonna do. All he could do is approve the bombing and to make it official. If he don't, the CIA will hide it and make it look like it's the Israelis doing it on their own. Either way, they ain't stopping. They want Russia out the way. They want Iran out the way. They want control of it all. It's the nature of the white man, man.
Damn right, John.
But it's also the Lord's will to drag them in there. Salaki idea.
Yeah, that's kind of what kind. So give it up for the General. I will on
if I could, General, we got a video on showing how hypersonic missiles work if you want it.
Please, the water.
technology to master because they are so fast that if the U.S. launched a Scramjet missile, it could reach China in just 18 minutes, traveling at speeds of Mach 5 and above. These Scramjet engines collect oxygen from the atmosphere as they travel, mixing it with hydrogen fuel to create the combustion needed for hypersonic flight. Meanwhile, glide hypersonic vehicles like the Chinese Dongfeng 17 became the first to integrate into production with conventional and nuclear warheads. They are also designed to target U.S. aircraft carriers, as they can change their trajectory mid-flight.
Damn.
This U.S. Aero AGM hypersonic weapon is a missile within a missile which pops out its cover and uses only the glide vehicle kinetic energy as a weapon. And not to forget the Russian hypersonic missile like the Kinzhal. More details, all in the video ahead. To qualify as a hypersonic missile, it must possess 3 key attributes: speed, maneuverability, and accuracy. Let's look at speed. As we all know, Mach 1 represents the speed of sound, which serves as our benchmark. To better understand this, let's make a few comparisons. Commercial airliners, for example, fly subsonically, just below Mach 1. In contrast, modern fighter jets can travel supersonically, reaching speeds of Mach 2 or 3. When we refer to hypersonic speeds, we're talking about anything Mach 5 and above. Space shuttles are an example of vehicles that travel hypersonically, often reaching speeds between Mach 20 and 24. But these can travel only for short distances at these speed. To sum it up, a hypersonic missile should cross Mach 25, which is around 19,000 miles per hour. But wait, that's not it. Hypersonic missiles should also have the capability of covering vast distances, such as from New York to Russia or from China to Texas and vice versa. There are 3 types of hypersonic missiles. The Scramjet air-breathing missile from America. Then comes the glide hypersonic missiles like the Chinese DF-17 and the American Arrow in full form air-launched rapid response weapon. Finally, we have the Russian tried and tested Kinzhal.
So, Locky, General, this video kind of long. Yeah, I was getting in the days just watching it myself.
Brother, them joints there, he said they run over 20,000 miles a minute.
So
that's insane.
Yes, sir.
And you know those missiles go into space. Like they go into space and then they come back down into the atmosphere.
I didn't know.
And once they come back down, that's when they go hit their target.
The hypersonic missiles.
The hypersonic missiles.
Damn.
ICBMs do the same thing. International, continental. I forget what they call it. Continental ballistic missiles.
That is insane. And Iran has those
Iran has those missiles.
And
quite a bit of them at that.
Kind of Wakan, so
you know what I mean?
That's insane. They look like they in a real jam, General, dealing with Iran. Yeah, especially if China. I'm sorry, so go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're right.
Especially if China and Russia jump in the game with Iran. I mean, America and Israelis gonna be in a real fight.
They're gonna be in a real fight, and it's smart of the Iranians. The Iranians wasn't even worrying about no jets. They ain't spend no $1 billion for no jet. They said, man, let's just make the missiles so fast that we ain't got to worry about it. We can't nobody hit the thing anyway. So what we need a jet for? Why are we gonna waste our time with a jet? They'll shoot a missile at us and shoot down the jets.
Right.
Or bomb the jets on the ground before they get them out there in the air. What we need that for? We just rock. I mean, they had some jets, of course, but really, them hypersonic missiles, that's the next best thing to a nuclear weapon.
Damn.
And in some cases, they can put a nuclear weapon on.
Yep. And they
go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was just gonna say they powerful as hell too, right?
Absolutely. You ain't see them hitting that ground in them cities,
right?
Brother, if you was over there and you hear that, this shit sound like an earthquake and a tornado at the same time.
You know what
I mean? Make the ground shake under you and give you enough noise and fire for you to understand what they do. You think it's the Lord bombing you.
Go ahead,
sir, if I may. I believe Russia ended up using one of the supersonic missiles in Ukraine.
Right.
I don't know if you remember that video that came out a few months ago, General. That they made damn near an entire town into a crater.
Right.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. You right about that. Like they used it, and brother, the world got to see. So something got them worried over there in Washington. You know, Donald Trump portrayed himself like Billy Badass.
Right.
But he done pushed that thing back because them Iranians got something over there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Comic-Con, sir. There's a lot to say.
Whatever it is, I don't know, but they got something over there that he don't want no parts of.
So, like, so if I could, it was reported that the Iranians have what they called a missile city underground. You know what I'm saying? So this is
builds missile.
Comic-Con. So it is the equivalent of like we would look at as a modern day city, but this is where they build and store missiles that are ready to launch, and it looks like a city. So can you imagine them having New York or Chicago or LA underground ready to launch? You know what I mean? At the drop of a dime. That's why Trump backed off.
Right.
Hey, can I get a scripture?
Oh, Connor Wakan, sir.
Get Isaiah 13 and 19.
Connor Wakan.
Because let me tell you something. What happened in Sodom and Gomorrah was the same thing that happens when you hit somebody with a hypersonic missile or with a nuclear bomb. And that is coming to America. Stupid ass black leaders talking about should we align ourselves with the Mexicans? The Mexicans gonna be feeding you rice and beans in a hole in about 2 seconds.
That's right.
Right.
You're gonna learn what arroz con pollo is.
You're
gonna learn that joint, man. You know what I mean?
General, tell them.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be talking that nonsense in a minute. And we're gonna let them sit up there and see the shame that they brought forth. Read that for me.
Connor Wakan, it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms,
Which is America. They're the reincarnation of ancient Babylon. They back here again as America with the same philosophy. And what did the Lord call them? Go ahead.
The glory of kingdoms.
They are the glory of kingdom. They got more firepower than damn near anybody. They more vicious than damn near anybody. You know what I mean? They got the glory of kingdoms. Go ahead.
The beauty of the Chaldees.
The beauty of the Chaldeans, like Awalam was bringing out earlier. Based on that parade, you would think there was no glory in this place.
Right.
But we know that he's the glory of the the glory of empire. So that means he got the glory and the power. They just ain't give it to him, right or wrong.
Khan.
Go ahead.
Khan, the glory of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
That's what their excellency is going to be like. Them in their perfection, in their power, in their finest day, the Lord going to destroy him the way he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. And how did he destroy them? He brought fire out the sky.
That's right.
That's what you see happening with them hypersonic weapons and them nuclear weapons. They bringing fire out the sky.
Right, General.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's right.
General,
Go ahead.
Go ahead, I will on.
Sir,
Please.
we got two more stories, if I could, General. This next video that we got. Israel, they've been. It seemed like they real dependent on America in order to defeat Iran, because Israel don't have the capability to destroy the underground bunkers that Iran has. So we got another story going over the bunker buster bombs that America has that Israel needs so desperately to defeat Iran.
That's right.
BU-57 MOP bomb. MOP stands for Massive Ordnance Penetrator. It's a non-nuclear munition and it belongs to the Americans. It's the only bomb thought to be capable of hitting key Iranian nuclear targets buried deep beneath the mountains. The Fordo fuel enrichment plant near the city of Qom is about 95 miles southwest of Tehran and is believed to store crucial centrifuges for enriching uranium. The site is built into the side of the mountain and estimated 80 meters beneath soil and rock. Israeli defense forces have already damaged multiple nuclear targets in Iran. These images, produced by the IDF, show a uranium enrichment site in the Natanz region in central Iran. Fordo is a smaller site than Natanz, but the Israelis don't have the right weapons to hit it. Known for its bunker-busting capability, the GBU-57 MOP can strike targets as deep as 61 meters, and with multiple hits, it's believed to be able to penetrate even deeper. Up till now, it's only ever been used in tests.
Which
But
means
the
they have
Americans
never,
used it.
if I could real quick, which means they have never used it to take out a site 300 feet in the ground.
Right.
So they don't even know for sure if it'll actually do it. And it show you how them Iranians is bout it. Because they for them, you know what it must be like to live and work months on end, 300 feet under the ground.
Good night.
Brother, that's a nightmare.
I can only imagine, but like you bringing out, General, that somebody would go 300 feet underground when they love their people.
That's right.
Yes, they will.
When they dedicated to the survival of their people in their country, they go live 300 feet underground. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you said it heavy out.
Damn right. So for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, or whatever the case may be, you know, General Yahanna bring this out all the time. We shouldn't be joining the United States military and getting involved in any of this. But we should damn sure be worried about fixing our people and being dedicated to fix our people the same way the Iranians are willing to go 300 feet underground to preserve, you know what I'm saying, they nuclear, whatever they doing down there with the nuclear weapons. But they willing to be dedicated to their people. We need to have that same dedication.
Damn right. Damn right.
I belong.
If I could, General. If I could, sir, like you were saying, sir, this weapon has never been tested in the field. I was doing some research on the weapon, and America only has 30 of these bombs. Wow. And the analyst was saying that they're not entirely sure that this MOP can actually destroy the Iran nuclear site. They were saying that in order to guarantee destruction, you would need a tactical nuclear bomb in order to destroy the Iranian nuclear program. Now, if they do that, I'm wondering, General, would that open up a new can of worms? Salagia.
Would it open up a can of worms? I like the way you put that, Iwala. Because the worms coming up out the dirt on that.
Right. That's right.
You know, like the first thing that's going to happen is the Iranians are going to shoot hypersonic missiles on every proxy U.S. base that's in that area. They're going to unleash, 50 of them hypersonic missiles. Because you drop a tactical nuke on them, you telling them we're gonna end your civilization.
Right.
We're gonna end your country, your name, your identity, your civilization. We're gonna wipe you out.
Right.
And so they're gonna have to launch them tactical nukes. Them hypersonic missiles. Number one, just to retaliate.
Right.
Then on top of that, you know what the scripture said: if they hit the Saudi Arabian base that the U.S. set up, the same one Osama bin Laden was angry with them about. If they hit that base, the El Prince, what's it called? The El Prince base or something like that.
Come on.
If they hit that base in Saudi Arabia, we in Third World War. You can pack your bags.
Damn right.
So if they drop a tactical nuke on that area, which by the way, that radiation will be there for 40 years.
Right.
So if they drop that nuke in that area, every one of them hypersonic missiles is coming out them silos. They're gonna hit everything. They're gonna kill. They're gonna activate every spy, every killer that's all over the earth. You got tens of thousands of Iranians in this country. You drop a tactical nuke on them.
Right.
Shit. They'll be killing you and killing these Edomites in the streets.
What kind?
Them Edomites will be trying to move into your bedroom. I'll give you everything I have. Just don't tell them this is a black family. Don't tell them we're here.
You're right. Real talk.
They're gonna be hiding in your house. They be sleeping in the dog house, man. Just getting away from these people.
Yes, sir.
All that pickup truck talk and Rambo and big flag hanging off the back. The Lord called this man a madman.
Right. So
He be running around these streets killing white people wholesale.
that's right.
Right.
But it could happen because we in that time. I'm sorry. Cat Malquad, I yield.
No, give it up for the general.
That's right.
Now, I just wanted to say, General, on our way over here to the studio, the brothers was telling me about some quote that I don't know if you heard about this, General, that black people, you know what I'm saying, it kind of went viral amongst black people as it pertains to the war. What was that quote?
Quote was, should I pay my rent? What was it? Should I pay my rent? Before I pay my rent, what should
I need to see what Iran gonna do.
Iran gonna do.
Wow.
You heard about that, Colonel?
I heard that saying. And that saying is appropriate. That's at least a man trying to think clearly.
Oh God.
Because in his mind, if they bomb Iran, why pay rent? Because Iran in his mind gonna come over here and do damage in the United States.
Right.
And let me tell you something else too, I guess. I mean, it's so spiritual and so amazing.
Yes, sir.
Donald Trump, right before this kicked off, Donald Trump tried to separate the Latino tribes and cut off the history of blacks. Now this has broken out. When it breaks out, guess what? Blacks and Latinos are going to step back and say, you didn't want us around. You didn't want us involved.
Right.
There you go. It's your parade now.
Right.
So, and even the deportations, the Lord is getting us out the way.
Right.
Like when they go bomb there, they ain't gonna think that's a melting pot of people. They gonna think that's white people doing this.
Right.
And we can step on out the way. I yield.
Give it up.
Damn right.
Go ahead. We got a question, General.
Come on with it.
Go ahead. Somebody read that.
Oh, sir, if I could, this is from Officer Nawanya Allah. He says, Salakia, sir, if I may, what about the possibility of a draft, sir, and would that affect those of us in the truth, sir?
Listen, there is absolutely going to be a draft. And when there is a draft, I'm going to take my 12-inch blade and stick it in your big toe. So you cannot go to the military because I ain't giving you up for nothing.
God.
I'm right, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I'm just saying, if the draft gets instituted, which first of all is a frightening thing for men and women because they're going to take women too.
God.
We are not going to no draft.
Damn right.
I don't know what, I haven't explored all the legal aspects of it, but we won't be going.
That's right.
That much I can tell you.
God.
And listen, I'm not sure if they're going to even take blacks and Latinos and Native Indians.
Right.
The way they pushing it is they want the Edomites, which is so amazing. The Most High is so amazing. You hated us, you kicked us out, you banished all our history, and now you need soldiers. You got to go get your own sons to die. Because you done put us out the military. You cut us off from being in the military. You done showed us how much you hate us and don't want us. And now we gonna give you what you want.
Right.
We're gonna get out your damn way.
Right.
Now your son can go to the military.
God.
He can go over there and fight and get killed. And they can rip his clothes off and set him on fire and drag him through the streets of Tehran.
Right.
Damn right, John.
And parade his body through for the whole world to see.
Right.
Yeah.
Mama got to turn on CNN and watch him burning up while he dragged across the desert floor.
Right.
Damn.
Why do our sons got to do that? You ain't never want us around no way.
That's right.
Cutting us off for the last 400 years.
Right.
No problem. Go ahead. People
Right.
upset over their racism. I'm ecstatic.
Right.
Oh, you don't what? You don't want to? Oh, no problem. We out. No problem.
Right.
Go ahead. Y'all got it. Only a slave that don't think they can take care of themselves would be shook by that.
Right.
But a real free man, a man that serves the Most High, he don't give a damn. He's about serving the Lord.
That's
And
right.
he knows through serving the Lord, he'll survive and thrive, as we always do.
Right.
Right.
Like the whole point of integration was so we did not rise in power. Because if they had not integrated us, as I'm sure y'all brothers know, we would have risen in power and they would have been rivaling us in a civil war.
Right.
So they did what the ancient Egyptians did. They said, let us deal wisely with them. Let's pretend like we integrating, but as we integrate, let's crush them on the bottom.
Right.
And that's exactly what they did. Donald Trump kicking us out, please.
Right.
Ain't nothing but freedom and motivation.
That's right.
That's right.
So, Slayer General, if I could.
Yeah.
Slayer, sir, going on to the brother's question, what you were bringing out, General, is so heavy. Over the last 5 years, it says the United States recruitment rating of their military has gone down sufficiently. It's saying right now they are in a recruitment crisis, that they are having the least amount of recruits this year that they have ever seen in America's history.
Dang. And you want to hear something's crazy?
Come.
The recruitment started to rise again. When Donald Trump first announced the parade and all of that,
Right.
recruitment was rising until them bombs hit over there in Tehran.
Wait a minute.
Like it's very important to watch the changes that come because they're from the Lord. It's very important to watch how they move in one way, the next minute they move in the next way.
Right.
Remember tonight, Donald Trump was announced they was getting ready to drop a bomb on Iran.
Right.
He got in there with the Security Council and spoke to Steve Bannon, and he postponed it for 2 weeks.
Right.
Because Steve Bannon probably went in there and said, listen, man, this ain't what you ran on.
Right.
You didn't run on fighting foreign wars. You ran on making America great. You go in there and send their sons over there to die in the desert, and you done lost your whole movement. He turned around and said, you know what? You right. Let me back off. Cooler heads prevail. Because of Netanyahu screaming for them to kill him, to get in there and kill them Iranians. Once again, the Lord mustereth the host of the battle. Can I read two more of them scriptures in that same 13th chapter? Can we go down to 20 and 21?
Yes, sir.
Y'all stop me anytime. I'm greedy over the mic when it comes to teaching the truth. Y'all stop me anytime.
No,
they used to have a problem with me at camp. Back in the 90s, they had a problem with me at camp. I get on the mic, don't want to give it up. They start kicking the podium like, nigga, come on. Then I had to come down off the podium, you know what I'm saying? And respect it. This is like cocaine to me.
That's right.
See prophecies unfold. It's like cocaine. I'm mad now because I really want to leave y'all run upstairs and get them ice cold Coronas I got sitting in the refrigerator right now. But I'm gonna stay the cause in the work that we doing. Yeah.
That is right.
Damn right, General. We listen. We for sure, General. We love to have you on the podcast tonight. And of course, you know the world. You know what I'm saying. In all sincerity, the world needs to hear. You know what I'm saying. What you have to say.
That's
you know
right.
What I'm saying.
That's
right. You take
correct.
Damn right. You being a brother that follow Yahawashi Mashiach. You know what I'm saying. And
damn
you
right.
have taught all the men under you to do the same, and for you to be able to understand this Bible. Big shout out also to Officer Double One and Kelly. I know you just did the Revelations wrapped that up yesterday.
Yeah, that was a good one right there.
And it's so needed because the Christian church
absolutely does not understand the Bible whatsoever at all.
Right.
Which before the brother reads the scripture, I'd just like to ask you just a real quick question, General. What do you think the church is telling their members at this moment now that we see the Third World War creeping up on us very quickly?
First of all, I want to say Tawada for those kind words. You know what I'm saying? That was very kind of you to speak that way of me, man. I appreciate it. I ain't think nobody would even look at us for teaching what we teaching. But Tawada, for you and so many other brothers in camps, I never believed that this would rise the way it was. I thought we just prophesied to the wind and going away for Christ's return. You know what I mean? But it's a super blessing to see how y'all come in with such might, you know what I mean, and support this truth. So I'm very humbled by those kind words, and Tawada. Now, on the Christian side, I'm going to tell you exactly what they tell in their congregation. Absolutely not a goddamn thing.
Damn right. Damn right.
Yeah.
They are actively attempting to ignore it.
Right.
They want to ignore it and act like this is Donald Trump's just crazy antics.
Right.
They don't want to look. Listen, the Christians wouldn't even look in the Bible, in the book of Revelation, no way.
Right.
You go to church and say, man, what's this crazy book, the book of Revelation? Oh, leave that alone. That's too complicated.
Right.
You don't need to deal with that. That's more of a scholarly level. Just believe in Jesus, slam that tambourine, and, if you're feeling like being a woman, don't worry about it. We got plenty of Jerry curl in the back.
Right.
Like that's what the Christian church is about. So they trying to act like, this is Donald Trump's nonsense. Y'all don't pay it no mind. That's him being ignorant, blah, blah, blah. They don't want to face it down. And furthermore, Black America in the churches is in fear anyway.
Right.
Because one of the programs that they get ready to come in with in about a year is they're going to start getting rid of these churches. They're going to start confiscating these huge bank accounts. They're going to take all them illegal Rolls Royces and all that. And they're going to say, this is not what the churches, the nonprofit of the churches was intended for. And before you know it, they're going to come up in there and run that money, which means your preacher is not hanging around much longer.
Right.
So you about to see the destruction of these churches by the hand of the same man they praised and loved to the very end. And they ain't saying a damn thing about nothing. They don't want to ruffle a feather nowhere.
Right.
And you know what's so heavy about that question, if I could?
Please.
Our people are going to finally realize when they get ready to come down on them that these people never had their best interests in mind.
Damn right.
And it's then going to come into play the scripture that says, ye shall hear a word behind it, saying, this is the way, walk in it. People are gonna run out of those churches and start to seek out the truth now. Many people doing it now. We talking to so many people across this country, all the camps, that are so confused about religion and God and the Bible and what we should be doing right now, and they seeking it out. Others, like celebrities like Cat Williams, is tearing out them preachers out the frame.
Right.
He went in on Joel Osteen and beat the brakes off of that horrible, disgusting Edomite. The man had bricks of money in the wall like a goddamn cartel member.
Good night.
The money was so thick, he built a whole church around the money.
Right.
Had the church was all white. Y'all seen the tape?
Good.
The church was a polished white church filled with his money in the wall. What is a preacher doing with his money bricked up in the wall?
Right.
That was for the congregation. What you hiding it for?
That sounds like a drug lord. If I may, that sounds like a drug lord move right there.
Yes. That's exactly what it is.
Right.
He up there with that baby boy face and that soft, effeminate voice, acting like he's, that white Jesus and innocent and all that. Meanwhile, this cat here, man, stacking bricks up in the wall.
Right.
Full of cat.
Kind of what kind, so
They said they found 600 million or some ridiculous number like that of how much cash he was sitting on.
Right.
And a lot of not just these white ones, these black ones sitting on it too. They got money buried all up in the wall of the churches and in their house and underneath the ground. They got plenty of cash. They've been robbing from people. And they ain't giving none back. You can't get a little rent money, a little heater money. You in the middle of the winter, you can't get a little heater money. He blame you. Well, the Lord is going to let them step on all that.
Right.
Because Donald Trump love a paycheck. He love to creep in some shit and rob the whole thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? When it comes to financing them ICE agents, he going to get that money.
That's right.
He gonna make sure them ICE agents is well funded. And it's gonna come out of these churches in many cases. And many of them, the congregation is gonna turn on.
Right.
Like the whole world in these last days in crisis is gonna learn that we living in a time to help the poor.
Right.
Right.
Living in a time to help the helpless.
Right.
That's what's going out in the air spiritually from the Most High. And anybody out that spirit is going to stick out like a sore thumb. And they're going to want to move on them. So I hope that answers that question. Water,
John. Give it up. Right. John, I'm going to have the brother read that scripture you called.
Please, if you would.
Please.
Kanan Wakan is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 20. It shall never be inhabited.
Yes, when the Lord throws down on this place like Sodom and Gomorrah, it shall never be inhabited. Go ahead.
Neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation.
They ain't gonna want to come back here for many generations. This place will be burning with nuclear fusion all over it. It'll take thousands of years before this place is clean enough to even step foot on this side. Go ahead.
Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there.
And the Arabians can live in any weather. They can pitch a tent anywhere and survive. But they ain't gonna pitch it. They're gonna say even there someplace we can't pitch no tent. That's how bad it's gonna be over there. Go ahead.
Neither shall the shepherds make their fold there.
That's right. Go ahead.
Verse 21.
Meaning they ain't gonna let their cattle even graze the land.
Right.
But there's gonna be nuclear radiation everywhere. That's why there ain't nobody in Chernobyl right now.
Right.
They blew up that bomb in Chernobyl. They just recently checked on the dogs in Chernobyl. They said the dogs growing 3 times the size they supposed to be.
Right.
Got mutant dogs up in there, man.
Right.
So the shepherds ain't coming up in there.
Right.
Even they gonna know, man, this ain't the place to be.
Right.
Go ahead.
Kanwakan. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there.
That's right. It's gonna become a desert with animals over there. You go over there after this thing get destroyed, you gonna think you in a safari.
Good night.
To show you how the Lord know how to destroy your country good. You
That's
can't even find half of Egypt.
That's
Half of Egypt under the ground in the desert. They just found out what was under the pyramid.
Right.
Half of everything they had is buried underground. They can't even find all the damn kings they buried down there.
Kanwakan.
But what you think gonna happen when the judgment come on America?
Right.
Good night.
Right.
You ain't gonna be able to recognize a city, a town, where you at, nothing. That's why that movie Planet of the Apes was so appropriate. The apes was living primitive.
Right.
On them horses. And they was living primitive because everything that was technologically or civilized got destroyed.
Right.
And they was keeping them out of that forbidden city because that's where the nuclear bombs hit. And they forbid you to go back and learn about this country and this civilization.
Right.
They said, hell no. Salaki, go ahead, Kanwakan.
and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures.
Right. All kind of animals. The roaches are gonna win the day.
God.
You're gonna go in the Trump Towers, and it's gonna be 1 billion roaches running around in there. And no people. You're gonna have nuclear water bugs running up and down Trump Tower on the gold.
Most High Christ.
They're gonna be running all over the gold sink and the gold toilet, all over the marbles.
God.
The rat and the squirrels gonna enjoy that gold and that marble.
Wakan, General. It's funny you say that. I remember seeing the video of it's some country where they had like a nuclear spill to
Chernobyl.
I believe it's Chernobyl. You know what I'm saying? And they took the cameras there, and the cameras were showing what you were saying. It was basically just inhabited by animals. They had like a lot of buildings and you know what I'm saying, things of that nature, and the animals was running all through the office. They basically took over. The country is totally uninhabited. You know what I mean? So what you saying, you know what I'm saying, happened to a country already, and you know, for it to happen to America is gonna be glorious.
That's right.
We reading it right now. Reading it is exactly what happened. Like you saying, when they went back to that town, is exactly what is going to be America the same way.
That's right.
And remember now, this only been a few years since this Chernobyl accident. What's it going to look like 200 years from now?
Right.
You ain't even going to know it's a city. It's going to look like a jungle.
Right.
That's right.
They had to tell you in a tour guide. Yeah, once Edomites lived there, and they had a whole city, and the dumbasses blew their whole self up, and now animals run the shit. You know what I mean? If you want to see what it looked like, we have a film in the lobby for $5.99.
Right.
What was the name of the place? I think it was called America.
Right.
Don't quote me on that. It's been a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it's gonna be.
That's right.
Just like you saying.
Damn right, John.
Like once again, that's why having faith in the Lord and standing with the Lord is everything.
That's right.
Then this world don't trouble you like Christ said. See that you be not troubled. And matter of fact, it empowers you because you know what's coming next.
That's right.
Go ahead. Was that the end of 21?
Lassa, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. If I can read 22, sir.
Please.
And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant places. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged.
Damn. That day is coming, man.
Right.
Just like you just described, Cap. You just described what is getting ready to happen to them.
Yes, sir.
That they had it in that documentary. That was like an examination of what this scripture is talking about right here.
Right.
If the dumbasses had any sense, they'd have never built a nuclear weapon.
Right.
Too goddamn dumb. Now they're gonna be a victim of nuclear weapons.
Damn right, John.
Christ.
They built it. Now they're gonna eat it.
Damn right.
According to the Lord.
Yes, sir.
Right.
General, you want to continue, or are we done with that one?
I'm done. If y'all done.
Kind of, that was that it?
I think that was the end. I think that was the end of that, right, Ma?
Wakan, sir.
General, if you wanted, we could go on to another video. We could wrap it up. It's up to you, General.
You know, I'd rather go one more.
Let's do it.
The lobby.
No sweat, General.
Все взятые на себя обязательства по известному соглашению, о котором мы сейчас упомянули. Все. К Ирану невозможно предъявить никаких претензий. Затем Соединенные Штаты в одностороннем порядке решили выйти из этого соглашения, а европейцы продолжили требовать от Ирана, чтобы он выполнял взятые на себя обязательства. Ну, это, вы уж меня простите, но это какой-то бред. Не Иран же вышел из этого соглашения. США вышли. Бывший президент Трамп взял и принял решение выйти из соглашения. А европейцы говорят, да, это не очень хорошо, что американцы вышли, но вы, иранцы, все соблюдаете. С какого хрена-то иранцы, извините, так по-русски звучит грубовато немножко. Иран.
Good night.
Salaya, sir. So that was Vladimir Putin, I believe, about a day ago, when speaking on the Iranian crisis right now, what's going on between Iran and Israel. Basically, him criticizing America and speaking down on Donald Trump. You know, Russia has not shied away from siding with Iran. They really been taking the side of Iran in all this. So that's what that video was about, sir.
Like they got to make the argument for Iran because that's where they're getting oil from to sell to the rest of the world. And having Iran down with them is how they're gonna make it that the Brexit does not get sanctioned.
Right.
Like you need multiple countries with no agreement to be able to run your currency, so that if they sanction you on one side, you open up another avenue on the other side.
Right.
If they say one thing, then you come back and get them on another thing.
Right.
And that's what he's making that argument for that right now. But once again, this is the Lord at work.
Right.
You know what I mean? That talk right there may turn into action. That talk right there might turn into weapons.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's making an argument like saying this is unjust. This is wrong.
Right.
These cats did what they were supposed to do, and y'all still dogging them. Which means he's trying not, it don't mean he necessarily right. But what it means is that he's making a case to convince his own people in the event that he got to step in there and join forces with Iran.
Right.
And keep them off of Iran's back.
Yes, sir.
The stakes are very high to destroy Iran.
That's right. Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's heavy, General, that you even bringing that out. That him saying that, you know what I'm saying, is to let his people know, you know what I'm saying, that I'm saying this, you know what I'm saying, for you to know that I may go in here one day to help the Iranians, which of course would fit biblical prophecy, which you've been teaching us for so many years, General. You know what I'm saying? Kind of what kind, you know what I mean?
Like,
go ahead, sir.
Salaki, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you got it, sir.
Many of those countries, just like it says in Ezekiel and other places, many of those small countries are going to attach themselves to Russia. Watch. Russia going to get a humongous host of soldiers. North Africa, other Arab states, even in Europe. He's going to get a whole bunch of backup and weapons and people. And that's all they think is for them to just set up the BRICS economy.
Right.
They don't understand it's for the Lord to play the greatest football game he ever wanted to play. Nation building. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Like all the nations gonna cleave to him for safety. And he gonna lead them right into the Middle East, into the Third World War.
Damn right, John.
Damn right.
Damn right. Give it up. Give it up.
It's gonna be insane.
Right. Well, man, General, I think, you know what I mean, unless the brothers got anything you want to ask the General. Yeah, go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, sir. I want to ask the General, in Ezekiel, I believe 38th chapter, I believe, it mentioned about Ethiopia. What does Ethiopia come to play during this time, General?
They coming real soon. If they bomb Iran, look for the Sudan. Look for Ethiopia. Look for several other African countries that we don't really know their names. Look for them. And look for individuals out of all these countries to also join themselves to them.
So, General, are you saying like when it says Ethiopia, it's talking about Africa itself, or just?
No, it's talking about the country Ethiopia.
Okay, come.
It's really talking about them Ethiopians.
Come.
You're gonna see them Ethiopians at 85 pounds running down the road with an AK-47.
Nothing but head.
Right.
I'm thinking the same thing. They're gonna look like nothing but a little alien with a big head. The alien he gonna look just like that. And you know them Ethiopians could run. Them old Africans, period. You know they can run. They runs all. They outrun a damn cheetah, damn near. So you gonna see him with an AK-47 and an ammunition belt. And like you said, all you gonna see is the butt of the gun and a big ass head.
Right. Yeah, right, gentlemen.
Coming at the Edomites. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Kind of what kind.
So yeah, so to answer your question, Raheem, yes, they're gonna join the fight as Ethiopians.
Come, General. Come.
You know what I mean? And here's another frightening part. Many of those Ethiopians are already in Israel, believing that they're the real Jews.
Okay.
And the so-called Jew has treated them like dog meat.
Right.
You can go on YouTube and you can see tons of videos where the Ethiopians are saying they need to go back to, where the Israelis are saying they need to go back to Ethiopia with their dirty, stinking self.
Right.
Because the Israelis recruited tens of thousands of them, saying that they was airlifting them as Israelites, and brought them because tons of Ethiopians and Yemenis believe that they are the son of Menelik,
right,
the son of Sheba, queen of Sheba that met with Solomon. She came out of Yemen, but what they don't understand is that they was not part of them tribes, but since they believed they was Jews, the so-called Jew recruited them as one of the tribes of Israel and brought them into the state of Israel. And they made them police officers, bodyguards, military soldiers. They knew they needed them for those jobs. And they brought them over there and had them join the military, join the police force, you know, do the same thing they do to black people over here.
Right.
Make you a cop, make you a security guard. You know, same thing. And they went and did the same thing over there, but they did it with the Ethiopians. Well, when this war get in the thick of it, many of those Ethiopians are going to turn sides on it. They're going to remember the racism that they received, the abuse that they received. And they not like black people. They're going to go out there and do what they do, which they're going to be commanded and hosted by the Most High also. So they're going to go up in there and do all kinds of terrorism and all. It's going to be a mess.
That's right.
So that's the part that you're going to see them play. But the bulk of it will come as, listen, it's almost poetic if they bomb Iran.
Right.
Because according to that scripture, all those nations are supposed to come to his side.
Right.
So if Iran get damaged, then Russia, or if they damage Russia with Ukraine, all those nations are going to be trying to join on to them. The African nations doing it already. They trying to assassinate that cat from, what's the name of the country again? I keep forgetting the name of it.
Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso. That cat Torres.
Right.
Like they've been trying to kill him because he's rebelling against Europe's money. All that chocolate them French been getting.
Right.
The French chocolatiers is robbing the damn place for that chocolate. Well, guess what? When Russia come calling, they join.
Right.
Which means more that's bringing us closer to that Armageddon position.
That's right. Damn right.
Get us ready to be put right there.
Damn right. Kind of Wakanda.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Kind of Wakanda. Listen, gentlemen, we appreciate you joining us tonight. You know what I mean, for this special edition of the War Report, General.
That's right.
Yeah, I was saying to myself, let me get off this airways before I drive my own quad crazy. Running on and on. Let me tell you something, man. I really appreciate being here with y'all, man. It was very kind of y'all to give me so much of the stage to say the things that I said, man. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad it's getting out. And thanks to y'all and all that you do is really getting out. Y'all hitting a whole bunch of cities.
Damn
and
right.
it's looking great. I look forward to seeing y'all in Chicago again soon.
Damn
right. Right, sir.
Most High Christ, General. We appreciate you, sir. You know what I mean?
Water again,
Water to you, sir.
I'm gonna salute y'all on out, all right?
Kind of Wakanda, General. Allah Wapun Yah.
Good luck.
Barack.
Yahweh Shimon Shabrakatah.
Yahweh Shimon Shabrakatah. The water Akim. Y'all be safe. Talk to y'all soon.
Damn right.
All right, well, any closing words?
Yeah, come on, sir. Only if I could. Make sure everybody continue to support the War Report.
That's right.
We go live the last Thursday of every month. Bearing if we got a special episode like tonight.
That's right.
Make sure you subscribe to the Roundtable Truth. This is a segment of the Roundtable Truth.
That's right.
Damn right. Damn right. Give it up. Give it up.
What's high Christ?
Speaking of the Roundtable Truth, like normal, we'll be on tomorrow night live on the air, 8 p.m. Central. Join me and my team as we deal with different topics, you know what I'm saying, that affect Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indian, the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel.
That's right.
We'll be right back on the set tomorrow night on the Roundtable of Truth.
That's right.
With that, I want to give it up to my host in here tonight, Ryan. Give him a hand. Officer Iowa Lumgabar, this is his show. Give him a hand.
Christ.
Officer Karyad, this is his show. Give him a hand.
That's right. Christ.
And Officer Maya, give him a hand as well. Technical team over there, Raj Karab, doing what he do, working hard.
Right.
We also got Asha I in the building. I am Captain Maul Quad under Commander General Yahanna. This has been a special edition of the War Report Roundtable of Truth. Until tomorrow night. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Shalom.
Don't miss out on the opportunity for a quality leather jacket. Yatazar Pale X Diverse City is introducing their Real Nigga University Letterman jacket. Don't be the only one without one. Order yours today. www.diversitymall.com. Oh yeah, and they take Afterpay. So get yours today.
But now check it out. You got the 1969 on that side. Look at that One West emblem on that side right there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's real ice drip. Like real leather dripping. You got the back. And then, if anybody ever questioned us putting nigga on the jacket, you got Acts 13:1 engraved right here on the front.